This is Patrick from Maxim Motors, and I'm driving a Tesla Model S. Now, the model year might be a 2014, but the reality is, this is the car of the future. Say hello to the car that everybody is talking about, the Tesla Model S. It's a fully electric, totally luxurious, shockingly fast sedan that is kind of revolutionizing the automotive industry. This thing has gotten so many accolades. It's gotten Car of the Year awards, Best New Car from so many different publications, and with good reason. It is awesome. The technology is unbelievable. Honestly, I'm not good with technology at all, and I pretty much got it right away. Just look at this display screen. It's like an iPad on top of an iPad. So you can bring things out, move things in. I've never seen anything like this in a car. And you control everything from here. The only things you control in the steering area is what gear you're in, just in terms of reverse or drive. This car just has one gear in terms of drive. I mean, there's no shifting or anything like that because the motor is completely electric. The fan speed, the brightness, the sunroof, the radio, then you have the windshield wiper and the cruise control. Everything else is over here. This is how you control the sunroof, which I love. This is like the coolest thing ever. Check this out. It's like a convertible. I think it's getting a little chilly out though, so maybe we'll just cover that right back up. Voila. This is also where you control all the driving settings. You know, you can do the suspension however you want, either really sensitive or not sensitive. The same thing with the steering, turn your traction control on and off. Regenerative braking. When you brake on this car, it actually, for the most part, slows down by turning the engine into a generator that produces more electricity and at the same time slows the car down. It also cuts down on brake wear because it doesn't use the brakes as much as a normal car. Thank you. She's very nice. This one is interesting, Creep. Now you put this on, it doesn't start playing a Radiohead song. I'm a creep. No, so a normal car, when you're in gear, if you're in drive, you let your foot off the brake, it's gonna go slowly a little bit. An electric car is not like that. If that's what you're used to, maybe in stop and go traffic, you can utilize that. I mean, it's incredible technology. This car has over 100 patents for just this car alone. So another thing that's really cool and like totally cutting edge technological about this thing is because this is all digital, upgrades from the company can come in without you even going to like a Tesla dealership. So it's kind of like, you know, with your iPhone, there's the new iOS system. It's kind of the same thing with this. You could get whatever upgrades they have and it downloads right to your car. That does not work in my uncle's 76 Caprice. Doors and lock controls, the lights control, breaks down your energy consumption so you can not only know your range but know what your projected range is going to be if you continue driving the same way that you are. Me, I drive very awesome, so it doesn't actually say that there. You got the internet. Hey look, Maxim.com. Look at that, all of our beautiful Hometown Hotties finalists. It doesn't actually let you use the web while you're driving, only when you're in park, which makes sense because I don't need to be reading, you know, Ben Franklin's Wikipedia page. Very interesting guy. Here's a rear camera, which goes on automatically when you're backing up, but it's kind of cool to look at when you're just driving. I think I could probably shoot a pretty cool rap video in there. Here's the phone. You could hook up if you wanted your phone, your Bluetooth, all of that. You can, of course, listen to AM and FM, but instead of satellite, it's basically like their version of Pandora. So you tell them a band you like, and then it'll bring you to that station. So let's say I wanted to listen to, I don't know, Guns N' Roses. Play Guns N' Roses.
Onto North Broadway.
Sweet Child of Mine. That's Guns N' Roses, all right? Now, this is awesome. Check this out. You can move where the sound is concentrated. got a great sound system. You can control the volume from over here. Look at this map. I mean, this is unbelievable. It's so much easier to type in an address when you have a full keyboard here. Saves a lot of time. Right here. Boom. Ugh, this car.
Turn left onto Armory Place.
Thank you. She's a little talkative. All right, now one thing that you have to get used to with this car is there's no on and off switch. It's kind of always on. So what you do if you're gonna leave, you put it in park, and you take the key, and you leave. Don't worry, everything will shut off once you get out and lock the door. Although the car itself is extremely awesome, I think possibly my favorite thing about it is the key. Check this thing out. It's like a little matchbox car of the Tesla, but this is how you open everything. So I don't know, let's open the front trunk. Look at that. There's actually a lot of room in here, especially compared to a regular car where this is all taken up by the engine, the back. Lots and lots of room in here. This goes back in case you want to stick some skis in there or anything else long. And if you're one of those people that has children, look at this. Child seats. You got the 2 seats in the front for adults, plenty of room in the back for 3 adults. Yeah, the person in the middle might be a little cramped. And 2 seats for the little tykes back here. And you could probably still throw a bag in there. And there's always the room in the front trunk, or the frunk, as I like to call it. Since there's no pesky transmission, there's all this space over here. What you put there, I don't know. So let's say that you left the car, time to come back. Nice. Of course, it's customized to my specifications. I put it in earlier, so the seats, the mirrors, everything, just the way I like it. This car is fully electric. It's not a hybrid, 100% electric, and it is very fast. People associate electric cars with things like, you know, the Prius or the Nissan Leaf. Nothing against these cars, but they're really just built to be very efficient. This car goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. That's as fast as a BMW M5, which is pretty much the pinnacle of sports sedan. The crazy thing is, it doesn't make any noise at all. So let's see, let's step on the gas here and listen to this exhaust note. Ready? Nothing. It's like a library in here. Not that I've been to the library in 20 years, but I assume it's like a library in here. People think electric car, it's not fun to drive. Trust me, this thing is incredibly fun to drive. So we're here right now in the Westchester, which is a fancy schmancy mall in White Plains, New York. And here's the thing with Tesla, not only is the car revolutionary, but the way that they're selling them is revolutionary too. So instead of like some big fat guy at like the car dealership like we're used to trying to swindle you, Teslas are sold in malls. Here, let's check it out. And you know what? It makes sense that Tesla is putting their dealerships in malls because Teslas are American. And what's more American than a mall? So this, of course, is the heart and soul of the Tesla. This is its chassis. And the most important part of the chassis is this. This is actually the battery, if you could believe that. It's like 8 feet tall, about 5 feet wide. I think it's about 4 inches thick. And it's really heavy. It weighs like 1,700 pounds. But they're really smart, these people. They put it on the bottom here way low. So the car has a really low center of gravity, which means that turning and handling is going to be great. Also, it has almost near perfect 50-50 weight distribution. You got the motor back here, and you have some braking systems up there and some braking systems here. It's like simplicity, man. Cool. See, this will make my job really easy because I don't have to memorize anything. Range for the real world, 300 miles on a single charge. That's a lot, 300 miles, that's far. Your garage is your charging station. I could do this all day. So this is the actual motor. When you think about how much power this thing generates, it's about 415 or so horsepower. That's like a giant V8 type of power in this electric engine. I mean, the technology just boggles the mind. And this is how you charge it. You actually can use a regular household plug. It takes a really, really long time. I think it's about, for every hour you get 5 miles of charge, but you can use it. The bigger ones, definitely much better. I think for the 240 volt, it'll probably take you about 10 hours to get a full charge. Then there's the supercharger. Now the superchargers are only in certain stations. There aren't that many right now, but Elon Musk, the genius behind Tesla, is really working to put superchargers all over the country, so you really can do a cross-country trip. And with the supercharger, you can get fully charged in an hour flat, or like 200 miles in about half an hour. So basically, you stop, you pee, you get some Roy Rogers. By that time, the car's got 200 more miles on it. I mean, not bad. The other thing about the Tesla, you got the technology, you got the speed, you got the efficiency, you got all this stuff. But one thing that people talk about, maybe not quite enough, is how freaking beautiful the car is. It's really a nice looking car. And as you can see, you can get all these different colors. I really like the red one that they gave us. It's beautiful. It's not like this Spartan, like, oh, we are driving an electric car. We don't need to look cool. You look awesome in it. Hey kid, you want to take a ride in my trunk? Where's the lane, Brian? Ready to charge? This is how we do it. First, open up the charge port. Next, this is obviously for a regular household plug. We don't want to use that because, you know, we'll be here for a very long time. So we'll just stick that in here and plug that in over here. They say to plug it in to the wall before plugging it into the car. And you know it's working when this turns green. There you go, we're charging. Over here, it shows you where you are in the charging process. It's gonna take about a little over 7 hours for a full charge. I mean, you know, you come home, plug it in, the next morning, you're good to go. Alrighty, I am off to go enjoy, as Paul Simon put it, the sounds of silence. All right, time for some gas.